What's going on, guys? This is Foresight Capital, and today we're going to take a look at Palantir's crazy price action for the day and talk about some updated expectations moving forward, because tomorrow is the last trading day before demo day, which is very highly anticipated and likely to lead to a lot of volatility, not only tomorrow, but moving forward after demo day. So today, Palantir closed up over 11% to $36.50 per share after touching an intraday high of nearly $40 per share. Previous all-time highs before today were $33.50, and we actually gapped up and the market opened above $33.50 and then used that level as support very nicely throughout the rest of the day. That brought Palantir's total market cap up to about $60 billion by close of business today, though, so they've added about $20 billion just in the past week, and it seems investors are becoming ever more bullish on the stock. Now, if this video brings you value, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing because it really helps this channel grow. And if you're interested in what we're buying or selling on a daily basis, I actually have a Discord which is linked in the description below. I put out a watch list almost every morning of stocks that I'm watching for that day along with their corresponding charts, and I give updates every single time I buy or sell a stock. Plus there's a lot of other great chats going on, so if you're interested in that, check that out in the link in the description below. And lastly, if you've yet to take advantage of Weeble's 4 free stocks, take advantage of that now, also using the link in the description below, because if you sign up for a new account and deposit just $100, they will give you 4 free stocks valued at up to $3,700, which could be a great way to get your new investment account going. And in yesterday's video, I actually mentioned that I thought we were going to see a continued push towards all-time highs, and we saw just that this morning with a gap above previous all-time highs and a ton of volatility that I think is going to be even bigger tomorrow. So we can see here that today Palantir gapped above previous all-time highs, which are indicated by this white line of about $33.50 per share. And throughout the day traded consistently above this level, spiking to all-time highs of $29.56 per share, $39.56 per share, before falling $10 per share just 2 hours later down to $29.60. So we saw a $10 range on a sub $40 stock in just 2 hours. And remember, this has a $60 billion market cap, so this is absolutely insane volatility, and I think it's going to be even more volatile tomorrow. Now, we do have a very bullish setup here. If we take a look at the hourly candles, we can see that each of these open and close right at or above $33.50 per share, meaning that bulls were really in control, and anytime we saw a dip in price, the bulls came right back in and pushed the price higher and kept it above previous all-time highs. Now, I know a lot of you don't believe in technicals on this channel, and I don't like to give price targets that much because I know a lot of you will go watch a 1-week-old video, come back and comment that it wasn't exactly right, but I do like to give the Fibonacci retracement price targets because they tend to be pretty spot on for some of these stocks. So I've actually drawn a Fibonacci retracement from previous all-time highs of $33.50 down to about $21.20 per share. And if we take a look at the 161.8% recovery from this decline that was actually caused by the Citron research bashing heading into the Thanksgiving holiday, then we can see that that actually gives us a price target of this blue line at about $41.02 per share. So that gives us about another 10% upside for a new price target for Palantir moving forward as a 161.8% retracement from the Fibonacci sequence that we've drawn here. And then the very next price target from there is $53 per share, which a lot of you actually have as your shorter term price target for Palantir. So I don't think that we hit this level really until after earnings if they're positive, and then of course we have to see what happens with the demo day or with the lockup expiration period. But I think that it's entirely achievable to hit this $41 per share level before we realistically start to see some more resistance, at least from a technical side of things. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about an article that I saw today in the Motley Fool because it's interesting that, we know that Wall Street Bets is getting a ton of publicity right now from their involvement with GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond, BlackBerry, and a lot of other stocks out there. And we also know that Palantir has been a favorite in the past. and in some instances still is a favorite of the Wall Street Bets subreddit. So we can see here that they actually wrote that the influence of Reddit has pushed the price around and caused this volatility, being up as much as 21% and down as much as 10% before closing up 10% on the day. So it's interesting to see these big news articles kind of writing articles about the Wall Street Bet subreddit as if they're the reason that it's having this insane level of volatility. I really think it has to do with the insane technologies that this company has and the fact that investors really have had no meaningful way to price them, but that's likely going to change during demo day as they really give demonstrations so that the average investor and the larger investors can understand what the technology does and make more informed investment decisions moving forward. Now, Motley Fool also wrote an article, and they even mentioned it here in this article about a week ago, saying that Palantir was overvalued at the time, and that was 25% ago. So this stock, like it has been in the past, is very detached from the fundamentals. If we think about the $60 billion market cap that it has and the $1.5 billion in revenue it's expected to have next year, we're trading it over a 40 times sales multiplier, which is very high for any of the industries that you want to put Palantir in, be that software as a service, defense, or any of the sectors that you want to place it in. So from a fundamental side of things, you do want to do your due diligence on Palantir, of course, but it's really kind of not attached to the fundamental side of things currently, as a lot of stocks aren't in the market. So I just found it very interesting that they came out and mentioned that they've been wrong about Palantir and foolish in the past, and they're kind of blaming it on Wall Street Bets as sort of running the price of Palantir. Now, one thing that I also wanted to talk about that I've skipped over in previous videos, but I think is important to mention, is that Palantir did bring on a new board member, Lauren Friedman, and she actually came from Accenture. She's been there for 15 years, and if we take a look at her background, she graduated from Stanford University with a dual concentration in math and chemistry, and then went on to work at Accenture for about 15 years before joining Palantir, where she helped clients develop new strategies, optimize operations, and manage large-scale change for companies, which we know that Palantir is trying to grow rapidly and become a very important player in a lot of different industries. But during her tenure at Accenture, Lauren Friedman actually developed deep healthcare expertise and held multiple roles, including leadership of sales pursuits, management, and global operations, as well as responsibility for the growth and profitability of a segment of business. Now, what I find most interesting about all of this is that she developed deep healthcare expertise. We know that Palantir is really trying to target, when they're targeting these government contracts, they've been targeting COVID-related contracts. And so it'll be interesting to see how she uses her expertise as one of the board of directors to bring on other leadership and other talent surrounding healthcare, and specifically the virus that's going on that a lot of companies are trying to find ways to solve or help with, because it's become a big industry. And so I just kind of wanted to highlight them bringing her on the board of directors. It's something that I skipped over in previous videos, but it's going to be a very important position for Palantir moving forward in their ability to bring on new contracts in these new industries that have a lot of growth potential for Palantir in the future. So I know that there was a lot of information in this video. I tried to keep it as short as possible. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below if you watched until the end on what you think Palantir is going to do tomorrow. Is it going to break out to new highs above 39.60, or are we going to see a little bit of a pullback heading into demo day? And let me know your thoughts on anything else on the company if you've done your own due diligence and have your own thoughts. Always interested in hearing those. Again, check out the Discord if you're interested in what I'm buying and selling on a daily basis, or interested in just talking with other people from the Discord or from this channel. Really appreciate you watching until the end. Thanks for stopping by, and catch you in the next one.